Hey everyone, it's Kelsey from Literary Gladiators, and I'm here today to do the makeup book tag for you. I'm very excited to do it, but I apologize in advance for all the sniffling I'm going to do throughout this video because it's the beginning of my allergy season and it's just a nightmare. So, let's begin. The first question or prompt has to do, it correlates with foundation, and it's pick your favorite book that is the first in a series. So I picked Delirium by Lauren Oliver because, as I believe I mentioned in my last video, that is one of my all-time favorite dystopian novels. And even though it's technically a trilogy, I haven't read that many series, so I wanted to pick this one and just highlight it once again, and hopefully somebody will read it. The second prompt is eyeshadow. Pick a book that has your favorite colors on the cover. And I picked The Uglies by Scott Westerfeld because at first I was very stumped by this question. I was like, wow, I guess I don't pay that much attention to the colors on a cover, just the cover itself in general. So I started Googling books with green covers, and I couldn't, I was like, I haven't read any of these, or that doesn't really count. And then for one of the later questions, I was looking at books and I found out that The Uglies, which I've read and I loved, actually has green on the cover, so I went with that one. It's a really, really good science fiction dystopian novel, and it was one of the first I ever read, and it's really good. And the next question is 3. Eyeliner. Pick a dark and mysterious book. So right now I consider Gillian Flynn one of the masterminds behind thriller novels right now, and I know Gone Girl was a huge hit. So for this one I chose Dark Places. I read all 3 of her books in one weekend and I really, really enjoyed them, and I obviously read them all in one weekend because I needed to keep turning the page so I could find out what happens. So Dark Places is really amazing. It's just as good, if not better, than Gone Girl, and I definitely recommend it. So the next question is MASCARA, and it says pick a loooooong book. So I picked East of Eden. I was actually East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I was actually stumped by this question because I, just think of books that I enjoy. I don't really think of oh my gosh, this is the longest book I've ever read. So this one was actually suggested by a friend who considers East of Eden long, and I was like, oh, well, I guess it is. Not thinking that it actually is quite a long book just because I enjoyed it so much. So, alright, so the next one is Blush, and it says, pick a book that had some cringe-worthy romance. And I thought back to my days at my LGBTQ book club at my local library and thought of all of those really cheesy lesbian romance YA novels that I used to read all the time, and instantly thought of Girl Walking Backwards by Bet Williams. I guess it was good for me at the time, but definitely I think back on it, I'm like, wow, that was something else. The 6th question is lipstick, and it says, pick your favorite book kiss. So I picked the kiss between Patrick and Charlie in Perks of Being a Wallflower because I wanted to pick something more unconventional because I don't really read romance novels, well, besides all of the lesbian and gay ones that I read so long ago. So I like that one because it's such a vulnerable moment and it is unconventional. And then 7 is finishing powder, and it says to pick your favorite book that is the last book in a series. So, like I said before, I haven't read that many series, so I picked Extras by Scott Westerfeld. And it, like I said before, it's a really good novel. It's they're really good novels, very interesting, cool concept. Actually, so it's The Uglies and the Pretties. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go read books. Quick read, just do it. But how the pretties are described in that book, that's actually how I pictured the people in the Capitol in the Hunger Games looking like. So needless to say, I was disappointed by the movie, but still the entire time I was reading the Hunger Games, that's what I drew from, and I thought that was interesting to share with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed my makeup book tag, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, keep reading.